Welcome back, guys. So today I have some super fast, easy, delicious appetizers to share with you guys. The first thing we're gonna make is a lump of coal. So this is basically just gonna be a kind of like a chocolate chip type of cheese ball, and it's gonna be covered in Oreos to make it look like a lump of coal. So it's super fun. The kids are gonna love the name, but it's also gonna be a super huge hit flavor-wise. It literally tastes like a melted chocolate chip cookie covered in Oreos, and I mean, like, what else could you ask for? So the first thing you're gonna need is some cream cheese. This is going to be the base of our cheese ball. Make sure you take the cream cheese out about an hour before you start putting it together so it has time to soften. Do not microwave it, whatever you do, because then you're gonna have a really like runny consistency and it's not gonna work. Then we also need about half a cup of butter, and make sure that this comes to room temperature also. You wanna make sure that you can kind of like squish it around. So to that, we're gonna add some powdered sugar. I like to add it a little bit at a time. That way I can really make sure that it mixes in there really nicely. If you guys like to eat your cookie dough raw, you're gonna love this recipe. Let me know down in the comments if you guys are also obsessed with eating raw cookie dough. Like, it was so bad when I was younger that I would actually buy the Pillsbury dough and I would buy it just to like nibble on it throughout the week. I wouldn't even bake them. So bad. And then we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. So I will have all of the ingredients listed down below as always for you guys if you want to follow along. Then we're going to add our chocolate chips. I'm also adding 1/4 of a teaspoon of vanilla extract to this. So I'm actually going to switch over to whipping this. You could definitely try this by hand. This is as close as I'm coming to baking, you guys. I'm just taking some plastic wrap and we're just gonna start adding our filling on top of this plastic wrap. And now we're just gonna kind of just start like, you know, molding it, kind of like you're playing with Play-Doh. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the freezer. I just took the cheese ball out of the freezer. It's nice and firm. You can really work with it now. We have our crushed up Oreos. All I did was remove the filling of the cookies. I put them in a little Ziploc bag and pounded them until they were nice and crumbly. I don't want this to be like super fine. I do want a little bit of chunk in it. All that's left to do is unwrap our cheese ball and then just roll it in those crumbs. I would wait until the day of the party to roll it in the crumbs, so like a few minutes before, so that way your cheese ball doesn't fall apart. Serve this with some graham crackers, some marshmallows, and just make it like a really fun presentation. One thing I always recommend, if you're the one hosting the party, definitely take out a little piece so that people don't feel like they're the first to dig in and they don't feel bad. So this next recipe is going to be a savory cheese ball, and this is a very basic standard cheese ball recipe, but what's gonna take this over the top is the presentation. We're actually gonna turn it into a Christmas tree, which I think is so much fun. What I'm gonna show you guys is gonna be extremely flavorful, but let's say you like spicy, you could definitely make this spicy, add some jalapeños. So we're gonna start off with cream cheese, and again, just like the dessert ball, you want the cream cheese to be softened, so bring it out an hour ahead of time so it gets nice and room temperature. Next, I'm going to add some shredded cheddar cheese, but I do like the combination of having that mild cheese and then a little bit of that tangier, sharp cheese. I think it just adds a nice little element. We're also gonna add some green onions. I could sit here and give you guys a long list of spices and ingredients, but we're gonna make things easy because it is the holiday season. So we're totally gonna cheat and we're gonna use a ranch packet. This already has all the seasonings in it that you need for this to make it super flavorful. Just make sure that it says salad dressing and not dip. And we're just gonna use about half of the packet. I'm also going to be adding some Worcester sauce. And this part is optional. It does not make your cheese ball super spicy. It's just gonna add a little bit of extra flavor to it. It's also gonna give your cheese ball a really nice color to it. And now we're just gonna mix it all together. Okay, so now that we have our cheese dip, we're gonna go ahead and assemble it. We're gonna lay a really long piece down, just like we did earlier. we're just gonna scoop that onto the saran wrap. Now all we're gonna do is just kind of start forming a cone. This is what I like to do, just kind of pinch the paper up like this. So this actually makes it easier if you add an extra piece of saran wrap going the opposite way, so that way you have enough to push the cheese up in all directions. And you guys, this doesn't have to look super perfect because we're gonna go in and garnish it and make it look a lot better. So I think that's a pretty good shape. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the freezer laying down so that it holds this shape. Our Christmas tree-ish looking cheese is hardened, so now comes the fun part. We are going to start decorating it, and I have so many fun things to decorate it with here. Sesame sticks, I have some olives that I cut in half so that they can kind of be spread out a little bit better. I have some crackers. I also have a little bit of curly leaf parsley, and then I made some stars out of yellow bell peppers. You could also make it out of cheese if you have a block of cheese that's thick enough. So I'm just kind of smoothing it out just to kind of make it, give it a little bit better shape. I'm gonna create like a little tree skirt. So I'm gonna take these little crackers and just kind of stick them all the way around. Now we add our star. I'm just putting a little toothpick through it. So for a finishing touch, you could grate some Parmesan cheese on top to make it look like snow. So I'm gonna go in and fill all those gaps with almonds, and this is gonna take my little treat to the next level because it's really gonna look like little branches are sticking out. I also made these cute little bow tie crackers to go with this. They are so cute, you guys. All you do is take those same butter crackers that I showed you and then just wrap them in bacon. Bake them on like 250 degrees for like 2 hours. It's a really slow bake, but they're gonna get nice and crispy. And the bacon is going to kind of like push down on the cracker in the middle, as you can see, and they form little cute bow ties. I've seen some people, they will put brown sugar on the cracker before they wrap the bacon around, or Parmesan cheese. You could add some cured meats to this plate. You could add some fruit, some grapes, and it would just be absolutely beautiful. So the last recipe we're making is a dip. I love dips. Like, I could live off of chips and dips, you guys. And I did talk about it in my past video, and so many of you guys wanted the recipe. So today, I'm gonna share with you how to make it. I do like this recipe to have sweet corn in it. You can use frozen or canned, it's totally up to you. I do like the frozen a little bit better because I feel like it has a firmer texture, which goes really good with this. I'm sensing a pattern here, you guys. We're using cream cheese, then I'm adding 1 cup of mayonnaise. I like to use the pickled jalapeños. I get the giant jar that they sell at Costco, but I'm sure you could also find it like where the pickles are. This one is not quite as spicy as like raw jalapeno, and it gives it a really good flavor. Then I'm also gonna add some green onions and some Parmesan cheese. Just you want it to be like super finely grated. You can use the kind that already comes pre-grated. That works totally fine. You could eat this room temperature. I think it's really good if you heat it up either in the microwave or in the oven. If You want to add just a little bit of color to this. You can use some paprika. Some green onions on top. There you have your beautiful, delicious corn dip. You guys, this stuff is so good. Like I said, heat it up in the oven or the microwave before you serve it. And you can serve this with like tortilla chips or just like regular crackers that are not too salty. So that's everything I have for today's video. Give it a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it, and I love it when you guys tag me on Instagram. It seriously makes my day. Also, if you're new to my channel, I do upload videos every single week, so please subscribe before you go. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.